yeah, while Mrs. Hubner, certainly not an Impreza fan, it must be said. And you can do this so infrequently, it just becomes boring.
Well, I wish you wouldn't.
Oh, apparently it's not very enjoyable to be rushed like that. I must concede I quite like it. There were definitely times I was getting a bit fed up with it, because the ride is not forgiving, and English roads are not the best. Welsh roads are quite good. It's just beautifully smooth, and the car is perfect. It's composed, it handles nicely, the steering is very nicely weighted. I like the noise, although I like the noise for about 10 minutes. The main issue with this car is the fact that you can explore so little of its potential on the road. I mean, I'm not someone who speeds. Yet there's been a few times I've gone for overtakes, looked at the speedo and found myself doing 80 and a 60. It's just that sort of a car. It builds speed so aggressively, and you can't use that sort of power. I mean, quite hilariously, there are journalists at the moment questioning whether hot hatchbacks should have 400 brake horsepower. This has nowhere near that, and you still can't use the power. So, you know, you think the 500-mile trip we did to Sussex and back, I mean, in terms of total time, I mean, I was at the wheel for the best part of 2 days, and I reckon probably less than 2 minutes was spent going at full jack. Probably not even that much. I mean, it's just fleeting seconds of enjoying the power when you can. So most of the time you're bimbling along, and it bimbles really well because it's got loads of torque. So at 70 miles an hour it's doing less than 3 phase of revs, which is nice. Let's check in this overtake because visibility a bit of an issue, but here we go. You kind of do that and suddenly the speed is naughty. I'm not saying I don't like the noise, I'm not saying I don't like the sensation. What I don't like is driving at speed that's in excess of the speed limit. But it is nice now Mrs. Hubner, who's not in the car, I can actually drive like this, because she doesn't like being thrown around. Unless it's in a 2CV, but tuning in a 2CV is a somewhat more gentle affair, it must be said. Here we go then, I'm taking the Impreza on a sprint, 250 metres. We'll see how fast I can get it that time. Try not to break it. Here we go. Ooh. Well, we hit the limiter in second. I think I needed third there. I have no idea how fast I'm going because I daren't look at the speedometer, because you have to stop quite close to the finish line. I think I started braking too early there. There we go, we just cracked 60 miles an hour, 61.2. Let's see if we can do it even better. Held second again, ran out of revs. Well, that was a good laugh, and I haven't broken it, so people have broken their cars, and that's good because I've got to drive to the Netherlands next. So there has been a break in the driving because I've been on a boat overnight. I got onto the boat at about 10:30 last night and went to sleep pretty much immediately. You can tell which one's mine, it's a messy one. And yeah, it's far too early in the morning. It's 6:45 UK time, it's 7:45 on Dutch time. And I've now got to go to a show and try and perk myself up a bit. I'm wearing an appropriate top, which I purchased from Redbubble. And I haven't got a window in my cabin, so I'm having to make do with this. So that is the actual Netherlands. And there's a big barge. I hope we're not going to crash into that. Anyway, let the journey commence. Well, here we are then, driving through the Netherlands. They do like a 100km/h speed limit, which is 62 miles an hour. Still got about an hour to go to get to the show. Oh, what an event this is proving to be. So, early days, just filling up. I'm hiding in the corner with my retro Japanese stand. And, yeah, this is quite marvellous. Wow. Oh, look at that, Datsuns. And there's Eddie Ratley's Bluebird, which drove overland from Australia several decades ago. It's been to India, it's been all over the place. And it's fantastic to see it here. This is an amazing car. Right, I wonder where Eddie is himself. See if I can find him. Look at the Mazda. Gorgeous 323. This is going to be a marvellous day, I think.
That's it.
Oh, look at that. Frankly, life does not get any better than that. That's brilliant.
That's your take on it.
Yeah, double wiper joy on a Datsun 280C estate. As we reach the end of the show, Eddie's using his Bluebird as a mobile skip, collecting all the rubbish. They're very friendly of him. Now having a very merry Datsun convoy, which I'm ruining by being in an Impreza. Look at the double wiper glory. Isn't it even better to see one out in its natural settings, out on the road? Ahead of that we got an N10 Cherry. Ahead of that we got Eddie in his Bluebird, which was once driven all the way from Australia to Norway in the early 70s. And then ahead of that is Ivan, who owns most of the cars in this convoy. Ah, sunlight. He's in, oh, pushing myself, I think it's a Cedric. It could be a Laurel. I get confused about the difference between the two. In fact, there's two. There's a definite Laurel, and then there's a Cedric towing a trailer. Or maybe it's a Laurel. I know I'm the editor of a retro Japanese magazine, and I should know, but not all things are easy to know. I just don't have enough room in my head for all the car facts, and I'm sure some are pushed out every time I learn some new ones. But yeah, this is just magnificent. What a lovely day this has been. So yeah, I fully recommend keep your eyes open for Japan Classic Sunday, because this is amazing. There you go, have a bit of bonus footage of a Talbot Tagora driving around. After all, it's not a sight you see all the time, is it? Well, it's Tuesday the 3rd of July now, and I'm still driving around the Netherlands in the Subaru Impreza, and it has been going really well. We're up to 35 mpg, which is a sign of how low a lot of Dutch speed limits are. They don't like you driving too quickly. The rural road speed limit is a mere 80 km/h, which translates as about 50. At the moment we're on a motorway where the speed limit is only 100 km/h, which is 62 miles an hour. And yeah, it's slightly strange. We're sunken down at the moment. I think it's possibly more to do with noise than anything else. As we pass wherever it is we're passing at the moment. We have just gone past Rotterdam, I think, which is enormous. For some reason I expect Rotterdam to be as large as it is, but then I think my only knowledge of Rotterdam comes from a song by The Beautiful South, and that's perhaps not the most comprehensive rundown of what Rotterdam has to offer. I realise I haven't shown you very much of the Netherlands, but that's primarily because from a motorway a lot of countries look the same, and perhaps unsurprisingly the Netherlands is very flat and a little on the featureless side. Every now and then you see a windmill. I haven't seen any tulips yet. Oh, there's a DS on the opposite carriageway, you might not be able to see. That's the second DS we've seen on this trip. The Dutch do like a DS. Okay, that's unusual, driving underneath a jet. Or a jet airliner, I should say.
In 3 kilometres of the Lower junction, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs 4A9.
Sorry, sat-nav lady, I've just seen a beige Renault 4. I've actually gone for a bit of a walk to see if I can find something interesting, and an E30 BMW next to a Zafira is unusual. There's a 2-door Volvo over there I've just spotted through that gap. Make sure we're not going to get run over. Another 740 and a Dodge thing over there. Look at that. There's one for the tractor pervs as well. Not sure I've seen those headlamp wipers before on a round headlamp 240. That's not even the most interesting thing here. I mean, Peugeot 306 convertibles are always welcome, as are Volvo 740s with their very 80s rear lights. But check what we've got over here. It's Fiat Overload. There's a very, very rotten 850. Actually, the body shell is just falling apart with rust. And these Autobianchis, or Bianchi I suppose it is, very pretty cars, but they can also suffer from galloping rot. And Fiat 600 next to it, another Autobianchi, another 600, a metallic purple or pink 600. Yep, they can rust. What's that? Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm back in the UK, here alongside a very noisy M1 motorway at Newport Pagnell Services. Check out the glamour in my life. I'm out of the Impreza at the moment because I've just been driving it for 2 hours from the ferry port, and I'm in quite a lot of pain. This car does hurt because it's been very, very stop-go, rush hour, and it involved the N25. I've got pain in my left calf muscle, but my right leg is hurting quite a lot as well. I did quite a lot of miles yesterday in the Netherlands. In fact, I filled her up on, where are we, Wednesday, on Monday night, and I now need to fill her up again, but I'm not doing that at motorway prices, so hopefully she's got enough to get somewhere a little bit cheaper, and we can continue on our way. So in conclusion then, when I picked up the Impreza, I thought this isn't very hub nut, and sure enough I've reached a conclusion which is very hub nut, which is performance is not the be all and end all. You can definitely have too much of a good thing. That said, I'm eyeing up an overtake. A bit of power might be just what I need, but there's too much traffic, so there will not be an overtake. There's just me stuck behind the caravan, and yeah, being stuck behind the caravan is a lot more fun than a Citroen 2CV. So yeah, I'm afraid it's a no for me for the Impreza Turbo. It's a mightily impressive package which makes a thoroughly charming noise, and you know, handles well, etc, etc. But yeah, I'm going to stick to my underpowered stuff, I think. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you again in a future video. Farewell. So that's what the rear spoiler's for. It's for carrying rubbish along your driveway. Brilliant, they think of everything.